Violet here, second generation homeschooling mom of 3. I have an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old, and an infant. Today I wanted to share with you my curriculum picks for my 5-year-old who is going into kindergarten. So let's get into it. So for kindergarten, I really like to focus on math and phonics. And then the other stuff that I'm going to show you is kind of just extra if my son wants to do it, or it's things that he's specifically asked to do. And then in first grade, I like to add kind of all the rest of the subjects that we enjoy doing. Although my son will be doing some family subjects with us, I have another video coming that has all of our family subjects in it. So for math, my son did Singapore's kindergarten level this year. It went really well for him. So next year he'll be doing the first grade level, and then he'll also be doing addition facts that stick. We always like doing these books halfway through the year, like in between the A book and the B book for Singapore, just to kind of cement all of the whatever facts they're learning that year. So we do one a year. For phonics, I have started doing reading reflex with my son. It's going really well. I started at the beginning just to make sure he was really solid on all of these skills, because the method is a little bit different than phonics pathways, which is what we used previously. And because we took a break and he was just reading me readers. He can sound out a lot of words. He just doesn't have a lot of confidence yet. So I'm hoping that this speech to print method will kind of get him more comfortable reading and reading more fluently, because I think he can do a lot more reading than he thinks he can, if that makes sense. Current research suggests that speech to print is more intuitive for kids, so I wanted to try this for that reason too. And it wasn't very expensive. And then I used reading pathways with my daughter, reading pathways and phonics pathways, and that went well. So I still have them if we need them for extra practice, or we actually will still keep doing reading pathways because it's pyramids for fluency and both of my kids love these. And then we'll keep reading readers and everything, but reading reflex is going to be my son's main phonics curriculum. I have a whole video where I flip through both of these. I'll link it below if you are interested in more about these, but they're going well so far. And then the last subject that I'm going to require my son to do regularly is literature. We're going to use Fish Tank ELA's kindergarten units. I used them with my daughter and we really enjoyed them. They include some social studies and science topics. So he also asked last year to do science, so I bought Exploring Nature with Children, which kind of gives you topics for nature walks and things like that. So we'll keep doing that casually, and then the rest of his science and social studies are going to come from Fish Tank. I don't like to introduce curricula for those at this age unless the kid asks for it, basically. So my son can tag along with history if he wants to, but he's sensitive, so I think early modern, which is where my daughter's at, is going to be too much for him, but we'll see. The other subject my son specifically asked to do was spelling. We did all about spelling 1 in preschool. He flew through it. And so this year he told me that one of the subjects he is most excited for is spelling. So we'll be doing level 2. We'll see how quickly he goes through this. He uses the tiles for this because his handwriting skills aren't up to doing handwriting for that. So yeah, that should go well as well. For art, we have a few more lessons to finish up in this preschool art book, so we'll finish those, and then I'll just pull art lessons from How to Teach Art to Children if my son wants to do more art. Usually the way I set up his schedule is I'll write art once a week, and then if he wants to do it, we can, and if he doesn't want to do it, that's fine. So if he does want to do it, I'll pull lessons from this. For handwriting, I'll be using Zahner Bloser K, and then I have the paper for it as well. I don't know if my son's going to be ready to start this right at the beginning of his kindergarten year. I kind of have to see what his OT says about his handwriting readiness, but hopefully we'll start this at some point this year. And then just for fun, I have this Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Toes action rhymes book. I checked out a ton of action rhymes books from my library, and this is just the one that I liked the best. So it has a ton of different action rhymes, and for some of them it has the actions at the top, and then for some of them the actions are fairly obvious. So we'll see if my son likes these. This is the sort of thing that could go either way. So if he doesn't like it, we'll just stop doing these. But I was looking for something to be a little bit more fun for him. And then the last subject that I have for my son to do, this is another one that he specifically asked for, is French. We've been doing Spanish together up until now, and he seems to be really enjoying it. But a few weeks ago, he came up to me and said, "Mom, I am really excited to learn French this year." And that was the first time I heard that we were learning French this year. So I started researching different homeschooling French curriculums, and I wanted something easy and light and fun because he is still young and he's not always good at dealing with really structured programs. That's a skill that he's still working on, and it is a hard skill to develop. So I wanted something more fun and light, but that still was teaching him in a way that he felt like he was actually learning how to speak French. So I watched a bunch of YouTube videos, and Patterson Academy has a really good series on foreign language learning, and the advice that she gives in it is applicable to a lot of different foreign languages, but they are working on French in their homeschool, so she had some really good French resources. And so that's where I first saw these Language Together readers. They have them for a bunch of different languages. I bought my son this French set, and that the way that they work is they're kind of like Bob books, but they're just very simple. On each page, they have a few words, they're color coded, and they come with audio files. So you can either listen to them on their webpage, or I think I'm actually going to burn a CD for my son because that's going to be easier for him to do independently, and he really likes being able to do things independently. So they have 3 sets for French. So if this set goes well and I feel like he learns a lot from it, then I'll order the other sets for him as well. So this was a really cool resource. I'm considering ordering it for my daughter in Chinese, although I think she might be past, like I think she might already know a lot of the vocabulary. I don't know. If I see it for a good price on eBay, I might order the Mandarin set for my daughter. Sets for my daughter. I think they have 2 Mandarin sets. And then the other thing that I got for my son for French is this Whistle Fritz collection. We have the Whistle Fritz Spanish collection that has 6 TV episodes and 4 song CDs. The French one, they don't have quite as many. It's 4 TV episodes and 2 French CDs. I got these on eBay. They're really expensive new, but I do think they do a good job. They're immersive, and I think they do a good job of introducing a lot of vocabulary in a natural way to kids. And my kids like the Spanish ones, so I'm hoping that my son likes the French ones as well. And then for PE, my son is going to do swim lessons. I require my kids to do swim lessons for safety. And then I was talking to him about other options because I let each of my kids choose one additional activity, and he expressed an interest in karate. So once he turns 6, he may start karate, and we'll see how he does. My last curriculum video is going to be all of our family subjects, so stay tuned for that. I will post links to everything in the description box below. I am an Amazon affiliate, so if you click on a link and make a purchase, I do receive a small commission. Thank you for watching.